Hey everybody, Edo here, and the good folks at Indie Board and Card sent along a copy of The Sherlock Files, Volume 5, Marvelous Mysteries. Came out of the blue, so perhaps they know that I've reviewed a bunch of exit and escape room games and sent it along to check out. I've never heard of this. And apparently this really is like, there are many other versions of this, so I was surprised, and we do like those sort of mystery games, so I was curious. But there's very little inside of it and very simple instructions. So I didn't know what to expect. So what's happening here? Well, basically, you have there are 3 cases in here, all different, all effectively one-use play, though, like unlock, you can, you're not ripping anything up. So other players can play it again, but like once you've played it, you're done. And you have a deck of cards, and what you're going to do is each deck starts with a single card in the center, which is the number 1 card, and a little premise. And they come with this sort of, reference in thematic piece. And so the starting bit will be, and this is you can play it solo, but it's a cooperative game. And the starting bit is some premise for some mystery or something that's happened, and you need to figure out what's going on. And so each player is going to have 3 cards in their hand. You're going to shuffle this deck so it's all mixed up, and you're going to have 3 cards in your hand. And these are effectively, I don't want to spoil anything, but they're either like notes from an interview or like a timetable, a timesheet of like when people arrived, or photographs or other visual information that you need to look at. And each player has 3 of these. And what you're doing is you are looking at this information and the premise, and you're saying, well, do I think this is relevant to the case or not? And if I think it's relevant to the case, I'm going to play it to the table in front of everybody. Or if I don't think it's relevant, I think it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter that this guy got his hair cut, I discard it. Really interesting dynamic. You can talk about it with the people in who you're playing with. There are some limits where you can only talk about underlined text or the title of the card while you're having discussions. But once you make the decision of irrelevant or relevant, it's face up, or the discarded cards are discarded. Now, why don't you just say they're all relevant? Well, 1, if you don't have 6 cards that discarded, you lose. And 2, every irrelevant card you have in the play at the end is worth -1 point. And this is also where it's going to be interesting. So you go through, you're playing, you're talking, and I have to say, it works even though these are totally randomized. You're like, what's this clue? What could it be? Maybe it's this. I've seen a murder mystery. You're working through it. But then at the end, you basically think you know what happened, right? But you don't know for sure, but you think you know. So then you open up to the middle. Like, it's a nice little unfolding thing, but you open it up. And in here's like literally a quiz. It's literally a 10-question ABCD quiz where you're like demonstrating like, oh, was it this person? Why did they do it? What was the motive? Where did this take place? And you like, not on the paper, you could ruin it and circle it, but on a piece of paper, you're writing it down. And then once you've all given your answers, you open it up all the way and you read what happened. You read the story, and there's a scoreboard, and essentially you're gonna grade your quiz, get, 2 points for every right answer in your quiz. And so if there was 10, you could have up to 20 points, and then get negative points, as I said, for any irrelevant in the middle. And then like if you're 18 plus, you did great. If you're 6 or less, you stunk. It works. It's interesting. I like it. I dig it. I can see why there's a bunch of these. They're well done. It produces interesting mystery discussion between the parties with an extremely simple mechanic that doesn't end up feeling like an escape room or an exit room. Or even like, what's the name of the VR one? The really complex one from Lucky Duck Games. Chronicles of Crime. Complex is maybe not the right word, but like lots of things going on. Like, it sort of has that vibe, but it's a neat magic trick. Like, I dig it. I dig it, and it's fun to play through each, and it's a nice alternative. It's not as brain-burny in the same way. You're not sitting there. You're like sitting there with an esoteric case, but you're not sitting there with like an esoteric puzzle where you're like, do I have enough green things? Is it about the shape? Is it a combo? What's the 4-digit code? It doesn't have that vibe. So I don't know, I haven't played any of the other ones. There's an early, you could start with 1, I guess. But if you like puzzly games and sort of, crime solving, I absolutely think this is great, and I recommend checking it out. It's it's not, it doesn't overstay its welcome, right? Like they're pretty quick. You'll enjoy it. I think it's well worth the price of entry for one, and then, albeit I got it for free, but that's fair. But I don't know. I liked it. I was impressed that they found a little itty bitty space in here for something that didn't exist before, I think, and now works pretty well. And they sort of own this little, they call it the Q system, I think. The Q system. Anyway, yeah, and the vibe is Sherlock Holmesy. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.